Yeah. That's how cold it is out here, man. What's up with y'all, man? Peace awareness lessons to Haru. Peace awareness lessons to Haru. Y'all ever realize, man, there's history inside of money, man. Every time we see some money, there's always a history inside of it. But the whole time, this is not just history. It's not just his story. This story is based on land that's been overtaking the people. Because once upon a time, and still into this time, that they got the money with copper people on it, aka black people, which is known today in America and all over Spain, Africa, every continent is money with black people on it, or so-called black people. And then these new quarters, well, this is 2022. I ain't never seen this one. I ain't never seen that one. Got two of them right there. Of course, the main one with the eagle on it, you know. With the eagle on it. This video, though, this live right here, are the Hebrew Israelites. Is they really are not a threat to national security. And I just wanted to mention that, you know, I was thinking about, like, all the history, like, that's been lost, or that's been not just lost, it's been hidden for it. It ain't really been too much lost, but it's been hidden. And y'all can see that sheriff right there, man. Shout out to the sheriffs out there, man. And it's downtown, though. I'm downtown, so, you know. But history, though, like, is, like, confused, so it seemed like everything be based upon religion, like, where it's like a God coming with, you know, or God opening and God is the universal supreme being that's not even a gender for real. That's how I look at God, because when you even hear the word gender, putting a gender, the word jinn in Islam is a demon. Jin, and we also identify as gender with male and female. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, and it's just funny now we in these times where it's just, and that's where prophecy, people say the prophecies come in, like Ben is showing, because it's in the Bible, it's in the script. But the whole time, this script is scripted. It's written. This is why you get medicine. What you do, you go to a pharmacy to get your prescription, something that's already prescribed for you to do some healing. But you know, man, I don't want to get started with that. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, with that. But you can just look at the words like Rite Aid. It's funny, Rite Aid closed. Rite Aid, R-I-T-E. The root word of R-I-T-E, rite, is ritual. Doing rituals. Voodoo, magic. Like, but you know, the Hebrew Israelites really not a threat to national security. And what I mean by a threat to national security, national security is the national of the of all nations. That's like the alien is a threat to national security. Aliens up above, beings that's not even from this earth, is a national security. This is by the government itself. To the people on earth, individuals. You have individuals. Hebrew Israelites is a group of people. They a threat. They a threat though. Shout out to the Hebrew Israelites. They is a threat. But by a national threat, they know a national threat, the same people that's they a threat to practice the same religion or use the same Bible. Might not use it might use it in a different way, but they all use the same Bible though. What's up, Candy? Candy Hodge. But they all a threat though. But they ain't a national threat though. Now, like if they become a national threat, the only way they could become a national threat is if they go further into, and you maybe have a few groups out there because everybody is different. This is why I say shout out to them, because you got multiple ones that's they just like they is regular people. They go to work like everybody else. They do what we all do, paying taxes and shit. But the main thing is you got individuals that's doing stuff on a solo that will become a national threat because they carry power, they carry influence, they carry leadership. Now, although I don't agree with the word leader, it might be like we have words like chief and all, and back in the day, like it is a leader, but we gotta know like the word leader, you take off the ER because that makes it an action. I think I forgot how that go. You know, like ER, the word is lead, 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 and which is lead, poison. Also, you can use a poison to heal a poison or some shit like that. My bad, Kendall. Well, your name, well, yeah, I ain't, yeah. Shout out to you, Kendall. Sup, Silas Lewis. Speaking French. But like for instance, like if I be like, you know, race is a propaganda. It's all an illusion. Although we all have our own group we belong to, the race group. And if that go viral, you will have ignorant people who hate skin tone. They hate the skin tone because it's truth behind that. They in a bowl of propagandism, being broke, miserable, and hating on somebody for their skin, or they in the job. They everywhere. You got all these bot sheeps who is, you know, they don't even know their own history, but when they find out their history, they don't want the original people on this land that was birthright to the land of America, KKK, or the land of America, or the land whatever it was called before. Because we got ancestors who already been here. This is why, like, family, the black family, I like religion then stopped us. This is why I say, like, Hebrew Israelites, you're not a national threat. You're not a national threat, a threat to national security, because one, you're not going, and this is goes for anybody, but I'm not talking down. Like I said, they is a threat because they do shit in the community that a lot of brothers don't do, which is being there for the people, you know, at least to say, and which is more than the usual person doing. I'm not here to, you know, be all, you know, start some shit, but I'm talking about on a national level, because telling the truth, like, we should be going to our ancestors that's in blood and flesh and figuring out, like, oh, we got people with land, but, or somebody that sold the land, or you got an ancestor that was a sellout, that had married your grandmother, but he was a sellout. Color and black and Hebrew Israelite, or Israelite just like you, but the only thing is he ain't like you. He sold the land. You got them sellouts, and then you have the ones who was original man, the original brother, the original Indians, or the original chief, or, you know, found his way and got lost. I mean, not lost, but found his way and ended up, you know, something happening. where they had to sell their land. Our people was forced to sell their land. This is why they have us doing signatures. When you look at the word signature, when you spell it out, SIGNA, well, I forgot how to spell it right now, but signature, when you spell it out, it's sign in nature. Sign in your nature. Your nature is what? Your godhood, your personal you. Just that's why they always want us to be signing shit everywhere we go. To make them, we giving them power when we signing things like even the simplest shit like a write-up at work. The write-up really don't even exist. And you have bots who be mad, or you have bots who be laughing. This is the same bots that was on a stolen field, working in the field, because they working without even knowing that what's going on for real. So they conform, or if I'm using that word right, or saying it right, basically, you know, they don't really care. They just doing it because they don't feel strong. So they'll laugh at the strong ones that's on the field working. And that was back then, but now you can get rolled up for making a mistake. But the write-up really don't exist until you sign it. That's the power of signing your name. I'm talking about your government name. Signing your name. Signing like my name. Marvis. My government name. I signed Marvis Cuba. Whatever I sign that on, it's giving the system, it's giving people power that don't even really have no power. We give people power. We've been doing this shit for too long. What's up, Linda? Peace to everybody up in here, man. You know what I'm saying? Peace to y'all. We go throw them peace signs out. You know what I'm saying? Peace. You know, we got 4 pieces. You know what I'm saying? Peace to y'all. You know what I'm saying? With the diamond in the inside. You know what I'm saying? Over the eye, they be like, that's Illuminati. That's that Jay-Z shit. What is he on? Man, y'all know about 20 years down the line. 20 years late. Look. This and it's the thing about, hold on, where my other phone at? This the thing about history and stuff that we see now. We see gangbanging, we see all this. Shout out to Ryan Hayes, though. I want to give a shout out to Ryan Hayes but I've been talking about this shit for years. I've been making videos. I took them down, deleted videos. And then Ryan Hayes, shout out to Ryan Hayes, Chief Ryan Hayes, man. Shout out to the Chief. He talking about some of the same stuff I was dropping. If I could just, if I would have went back, if I can go back in time and pull them videos out without, and not deleting the videos, but you know, it is what it is, because I'm coming from the heart. I'm not coming from, you know, like taking somebody else's information and saying the same shit. This is all universal shit about us. This is all universal. This is all universal information. You know what I'm saying? Informing you. This is why, like, it's so deep in the game. Like, this shit so deep out here. Like, it ain't a race thing, for real. But you do got to remember who you are, as the being as you are, and why you are who you are. So-called black, so-called Hebrew Israelite, so-called Muslim, so-called Crip, so-called blood. But, and I'm not gonna lie, you better off in the street gang, and you better off as being a Hebrew Israelite than going to the army. You better off being out here. But shout out to the ones who went to the army and they broke that shit down. They was looking through it because it's a soul journey, or it's some spiritual things that you feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like all this silver, this is all silver. Now a person to be like, we know that in back in the day times, we need paper. Like, fool. The paper that's today wasn't even 100 years ago. This, hold on, this money right here wasn't even, it was, what it say? This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. This wasn't even on here before. This wasn't on here before. This note is legal tender. Legal tender. Now I'm kind of going off and everywhere. That's how I do. Y'all already know how I do. If you know me, you know me. You don't know me, this how a brother do. But this, and then it say the Treasury of the United States. The Treasury of the United States. Let me see if I can get it on there without. Treasury of the United States. And it's different, it's little codes and shit on here. Like that'll let you know like certain different things, where the money been printed at, or where the money located at. Like shit, probably shit, not that I don't know of, but shit's so deep. But it ain't even that deep though once you get into it though. Like the money was backed by gold, or that's what I meant to say. The money was backed by gold and silver. This is really silver itself. But this ain't the real, this ain't the whole silver. Just like copper pennies. And it's funny enough, copper pennies, we reflect copper. Our skin reflects the copper pennies. But the new pennies, or the pennies had got changed into zinc and copper in 1980. I think I took that video down too though. But I just wanted to say that though, like mention this about like truth is bringing truth to the universe, bringing truth to the oil fields. That's how you become a national threat. And do you want to become a national threat? You automatically gonna be a national threat if it's in your gene pool, if it's in your soul, if it's your destiny to be walking around telling the truth without giving what a person got to say, or however they feeling. You here not for one person. You not here for a relationship. You're not here for your parents. You're not here for your brothers and sisters that's in your family. Be there for them, but your destination, when it comes to truth, it's for the whole national world. So I say that national security, a threat to national security, is not religion. Because they know, and this is why I'm saying this. This is why I'm saying this is because they know that you're waiting on Jesus. You're waiting on Yahushua. They know you waiting on God to come to earth. They know you waiting on the aliens to come to earth, even in the spiritual community. They know you waiting on the aliens, although the aliens is a national threat, but it's a secret behind everything that they say. An alien. A plant can be an alien. This is why they put everything in a lab. This is why they put everything inside of a lab. To see how it's breathing, to see how it got that oxygen, to see how it's giving oxygen, to see how it's healing people while it's walking around. That's a national threat. So yeah, people itself is a national threat. But when they know that you are waiting, and we've been and not saying that we're not talking about the belief, we talking about being in a waiting line. We can all have our belief. But if it's gonna keep us down to the pit where we always gotta stay in one place, or when we gotta be complacent and being a sheep, not being strong, not being not speaking up, when they know that you're just complacent, you can know all this information about the government, they still don't care. you're not a national threat. And I'm not even a person individually is a national threat. So they'll come get you some way, somehow, and they gonna wait for you to make wait for you to make moves. But in people itself is a national threat. Like we a national threat individually. This is how powerful we are. And I ain't talking about no unity where it's all one and all this. Because we all got our different minds and different, and whatnot. But if one day we know who is who, put your differences to the side. We know you not on no. We know you can go without, just in case of one day. Because to be in, to have this type of mindset, you got to be strong, willing, and a person of sacrificing. To where you can't, and I'm not talking about sacrificing a person, I'm talking about for your own well-being. This is where your faith and self and God come in at. Your faith, even when you having fear, you still go walk like you ain't got fear. Like, man, I just had some shit on my chest. I got plenty of shit on my chest sitting in my heart. I got plenty of shit. Like, I just been chilling. I got a baby on the way. I gotta teach my baby like some shit. But I'm gonna let my baby still be a baby, and still, But as me studying life and studying how, and just observing, and just knowing like, damn, this is why I stayed away from having kids, so I could figure shit out, and then later on bring a kid to the world, or bring a being into the world, because it's a thing with this. Our kids really ain't even our kids. Our kids is part of the earth. We here to nurture them and give them insight and information and be there the best we can, especially in these day and times where like I said, we going to these jobs, we signing papers, we signing contracts, getting on contracts, signing shit, signing to get this new car, signing to get that new house, leasing shit. This is how powerful our signature is. In which we got to do what we got to do. But it's like, man, it's got to come to a halt. And the halt is on us. It ain't even on no God coming. It ain't on no government about to just stop doing what they doing. This the whole purpose of this. This the whole purpose. Shit. Like even me. But it don't even matter. It don't even matter. Like, cause we got real powers we got real powers and we got real responsibility. And that's the one thing too. Like this video not a diss to the Hebrew Israelites. Like I said, like this ain't none of that. Like, oh, I'm looking for clout. I'm just giving my insight and my point of view, or in my like I said, like, cause they putting in work. A lot of them put in more work than me. I could say that humbly because I'm not, but I put in spiritual work, and I could say that humbly or boastfully, arrogantly, spiritually, like for real, because I'm part of the land. And this the thing, cause this when I got out of Africa, going out of Africa mindset, because I'm like, damn, I got powers right here in America, right here in my home state, or the home state I was born into. And I'm not talking about no shit that I didn't, or some shit I had to call some. Yeah, I need that powers. You got that? That's $1,000. Bet. Here, I'm finna get my card. I didn't have to do none of that. I didn't have to go buy this shit. You can't buy certain shit. You probably can, but I don't know. But that shit is only placebo, and not even a placebo bag. Like, once you get out that magic bag that you done bought it from somebody from, you gotta constantly go back. You gotta get a subscription. And look, this is oh shit. We is the subscription. We is a free subscription, giving them power. We are they prescription. We is the medicine. We is the healing of our own killing. I gotta say it like that, like I'm preaching, because this shit for real. I ain't even preach. You know what? And I looked up the word preacher. I looked up the word preacher, right? And the root word of preacher is it's actually a positive. It comes from a positive influence. I mean, the word is not a positive influence, because I don't know, like the true influence behind what people was doing, but it's not no bad. Like how, like, you look up mourning, and the root word of mourning is to mourn the dead. So you only can mourn it. You should be just, when you say mourning, or you should be asking during that time instead of every day. Like you go to work. People tell me good morning. What's up? What's up? I ain't no motherfucker good morning over here. Good morning. Grand Rising. What's up? That's what I tell people. Like when people tell me good morning, bro, I swear, I do not fuck around. But you know, and that's what makes it. That's what a national threat is too. Is somebody within this skin tone being who they being, speaking, walking with their head up, shoulders and shit. You know, cracking and popping, pimp walking and shit, nigga. Gang walking, crip walking, blood walking. Or nigga, you on your own tribal walking, nigga, by the spirits. That's what they hate. That's what the fuck this world hate. And this is why they always try to look down on gang members and OGs, or try to tell the OGs that they getting old. You got people that come in our community, that's been in our community, that don't have no, they working with, this shit mind-boggling. It's not just the white man. It's even motherfuckers who look just like us, bro. And it's not just people that look like us. It's people that look like, it's all people of all nationalities that's a part of this shit. And there's pawns out here. This is what they don't want. This is what, and I'm not talking about the Hebrew Israelites. I'm saying that the government, they don't want, and this is what's being exposed, because you cannot hide the truth. It's just universally impossible to just hide everything. It's up to the people to decipher and to have discernment of what's real, what's truth, what's lies, what you should look into, etc. It's not up to them to be like, go tell you blankly. And it's not up to the Bible, because the Bible is King James Version. King James Version. Like we ain't seen no new written shit in years. I'm ready for some new written shit. We steady writing signatures. How about we? But you know what though? And all jokes aside, because I'm kind of was joking right there. Real shit. Bibles ain't nothing but the word son book. So it's actually Bibles. It's millions of Bibles everywhere, aka your own book. People who write books and sell it. Them are actually Bibles. I call them Bibles. It's instructions, or it's given some type of instructions, or it is given some type of imaginal creation. You know, like they say when you go to the library, is fiction or non-fiction. That's it. we need more wisdom. So this is why, like, people express themselves the way they do. Um, I want to give a shout out to the Hebrew Israelites, man, because I'm only saying they're not a national threat, and that's all I was talking about. You know, as far as like waiting, they know that you out in the streets, you doing this and that, but they know you finna go back to work. They know you going to work just like the average brother, the average sister, because we making shit happen. They know like, oh no, and then they know in your community the young warriors, the YNs, is at war with each other because the war was set up for them to go against each other. It's not even really no war. It's some shit that was forced, like type shit, like, and we already know that. The shit was forced for them to be how they be. You know what I'm saying? Get some light up in here, man. You know, I'm in all black today, man. Hebrew Israelites is not no national threat, though. I just had to say that shit, man. Like, even the spiritual community is like, when it comes to like aliens and shit in the sky, they know it's a national threat out there. Out there. But down here, or up here, or in here, they like, man, we gotta disrupt people. We gotta disrupt. Make sure you block out anybody who talking like this. It's getting shadow banned. So, you know, we talking about this movie. I've been talking about this movie for a minute. We in the movie. This is all entertainment purposes. Everything I drop, entertainment purposes only. That's what. Oh shit. Hey yo, this shit funny. Like this shit funny as hell to me. Like, they be really like knowing like you can't be no national threat if you just, you know, bullshitting around. But they know like it's weak links out here. They know it, and then it's sellouts out here, man. Like, it's people that, and it's people that go on. They like this the part that's not funny. They know that Mr. Bill, man, his punk bitch ass. They know this mother is on mother brother's heads like child support, light bill, or electric, consumers, consume. Like, you came down, you done brought your ass on this land and did all this war shit, and it's just now we in consume. This shit just crazy. Like, this shit just funny. So I'm finna go get on the game, though. I'm finna go live a little bit on there. Shout out to Call of Duty dropping that new shit. And it's a thing about this, about like Call of Duty, like they had some spiritual shit on there. I actually want to go live again, but I might end up going live tomorrow though, to talk about something else, because I actually didn't do the research on this. But I'm gonna talk about this, like different things with the Indians and stuff. I gotta figure out some stuff. Well, I'm gonna just do it as I go, but cause like I said, like it's things that it's things like fasting, the power of fasting. This is the things like fighting a spiritual war. It's fasting. You're a national threat to energy, to the energy grid. Fasting When you fast, you become a national threat. But you protected by who you protected by. If you feel like you protected by Jesus and you know that he black, or you saying that he black, then them ancestors gonna protect you. That's not his real name, and is in that story not even based on what it's based on, but you going by faith, and you looking at it and you knowing like what you knowing, you ain't. But every being, I feel like every being got their own savior though, for real though. Now that's a whole different story. And what I mean by that is not nothing based off of. It's based off of the Bible, but it's also based off of the imagination and what we seeing on Earth. Like Heru. Everybody got their own Heru and their own race, and everybody got their own set, and we got both of these in ourself. And most times you gonna be expressing that. You gonna be expressing of what you really here to do. The Heru, the higher self, or the lower self. The set, the devil. That's just what it is, like that. But that's I wasn't going in on y'all, the Hebrew Israelites, man, because y'all put in work. Like I said, like I'm humbly, it's a gratitude, it's because it's not too much positive shit out here anyway on some real shit. I'm about to end this video and it's live. It's not too much positive, and it's low key positive shit that do go on. It's low key, it's positive people out here, or people who, because that word positive and negative is kind of weird how it's used in certain matters and shit, like going to the doctor, and when you being negative, that's actually good, right? You don't want to be positive when it come to, you want to be negative. So, it's a thing with that. But, speaking in the terms of how I'm speaking, what we know of, it's good to see, like, like using something and turning it into something, because I'm not here for that shit, though. I'm not here to be all, and being like, I like moving in the silence. I like moving and keeping shit monotone, like on some real shit. Like, and it's a lot of us that's like that, but we not, and we make our moves and do what we do, but it is what it is. I'm up out of here, though. I catch y'all. Peace, awareness lessons to Heru.